The Yindjibarndi people, Indigenous Australians residing in Western Australia, are pursuing a substantial compensation claim exceeding $1 billion against Fortescue Metals Group, FMG, a prominent mining giant, and the Western Australian government. This protracted legal battle, currently before federal court Justice Stephen Burley, centers on the Solomon Hub iron ore mine located in the Pilbara region. The Yindjibarndi's claim alleges that FMG operated the mine without securing the necessary permissions from the native title holders, a claim vehemently refuted by both FMG and the WA government. Their counterargument posits that the claim's value is significantly less, estimating it to be under $10 million. This stark discrepancy forms the crux of the ongoing dispute, highlighting the complex interplay between Indigenous land rights, mining operations, and governmental regulatory frameworks within Australia. The current legal proceedings, encompassing final submissions presented this week, delve into the intricate details of the alleged breach of native title rights. The Yindjibarndi's claim hinges on the assertion that FMG's actions violated their traditional ownership rights, resulting in substantial economic and cultural losses. They argue that the lack of proper consultation and consent constitutes a significant infringement, warranting significant financial recompense to reflect the gravity of the alleged transgression. This assertion is underpinned by the deep-rooted connection the Yindjibarndi people have with their ancestral lands, a connection that transcends mere economic considerations and encompasses cultural heritage, spiritual beliefs, and the very essence of their identity. The historical context, stretching back centuries, underpins their claim, highlighting the enduring significance of the land in shaping their history and future. Conversely, FMG and the WA government contend that the Yindjibarndi's claim is significantly overstated and lacks sufficient legal basis. FMG's submission, filed last week, emphasizes that the company acted within the confines of existing legislation and permits granted by the WA government. They argue that any perceived disharmony or internal disagreements within the Yindjibarndi community regarding the mine's operation are not attributable to FMG's actions. The company insists its operations adhered strictly to all relevant regulatory frameworks, and any internal disputes within the Yindjibarndi community are independent of FMG's activities. This assertion highlights a crucial aspect of the case: the delineation of responsibility and the determination of causality concerning the alleged damage and the subsequent claim for compensation. The WA government's position, while aligned with FMG in terms of the claim's valuation, is inherently linked to its substantial financial stake in the mining industry. The WA government's recent budget projects over $9 billion in mining royalties, with approximately a quarter of this revenue derived from iron ore. This significant revenue stream underscores the economic importance of mining to the state's budget and economy, creating a complex dynamic in the legal proceedings. The government's financial interests, while not explicitly stated as a primary factor in their legal stance, inevitably contribute to the context of the dispute, highlighting the intersection of economic interests and Indigenous land rights within the framework of Australian law. Justice Burley faces the challenging task of weighing the competing narratives and evidence presented by both parties. The case underscores the ongoing tension between the economic benefits derived from resource extraction and the fundamental rights of Indigenous communities to their ancestral lands and resources. The outcome of this case will have profound implications, not only for the Yindjibarndi people and FMG, but also for the broader context of Indigenous land rights and the future of resource development in Australia. The decision will establish a precedent with significant ramifications for future disputes involving mining operations on Indigenous lands, shaping the legal landscape and influencing the future relationship between mining companies, Indigenous communities, and the government. The inherent complexities of balancing economic progress with cultural preservation are starkly apparent in this high-stakes legal battle.